Good morning, YouTube. Peace be unto you and your whole house in the name of Jesus Christ. So this morning, I'm in Genesis chapter 19. Um, this is a story that people use against homosexuals, but I believe that homosexuality is wrong, but to use this story against homosexuals is a weak standpoint. You would have to go to Leviticus to take a better stance. You will have to go to Corinthians, First Corinthians, to take a better stance. You will have to go to I believe I didn't say Leviticus to take a better stance, or the book of Romans to take a better stance against homosexuality. But to use Genesis chapter 19 is a weak standpoint. So now in Genesis chapter 6, the reason why I say this is because in the book of, Genesis chapter 19, it's talking about all the men. It said the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, compass the house round. So when it says the men, it's talking about all men they compass the house round, meaning they surround the house, both old and young, meaning old and young. Then it goes on to say all the people from every quarter, stating it even more clear. So in Genesis chapter 6, you can even go to Genesis chapter 5, or even in Genesis chapter 2 when God first formed man. In Genesis chapter 2, verse 27, he said, he made them male and female, and God blessed them and said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. And then in Genesis chapter 5, it says, male and female created he them and blessed them, and God called their name Adam. So, even in Genesis chapter 6, when it's talking about man, he said the wickedness of man, that's talking about all mankind. Yeah, basically in Genesis chapter 19, it is not talking about, just males in Sodom and Gomorrah that was willing to perform this wicked act. It is talking about males and females, old and young, all the people from every quarter. You can read the verses, chapter 19, verse 4. It's talking about all the people from every quarter was willing to perform this act. This is not a story about homosexuals. This is a story about pure wickedness. Now, I will not doubt that the men in this city weren't homosexuals. They probably were, but that's not what the story is talking about. It's talking about pure wickedness and pure evil, pure darkness. That's why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. He who has the ear to hear, let him hear. Everybody won't, but peace be unto you and your whole house in the name of Jesus Christ.